Do you edit all your videos?
Today is January 12th, and the playoffs are here in the NFL. And I'm joined by Shlomo Weitzman. Shlomo, how you feel about the playoffs?
It's gonna be a great playoffs, best in history, I think. Some crazy games lined up for wild card weekend. Yeah, it's gonna be a great time.
So you're a Cowboys fan. So let's start off with the Cowboys Packers game. Give me your prediction for that game.
As a diehard Cowboys fan, I think the Cowboys have the clear upper advantage on the Packers on both sides of the ball. I think the Cowboys defense is 10 times better than the Packers, and the offense also. The Packers offense is a running based offense, and the Cowboys have the running game is not as good as last year, but the running game is still pretty good, and the passing attack is unbelievable. Dak, CD, it's crazy.
Can we get a score prediction?
I think it's gonna be a high scoring game because I think Dallas defense has trouble stopping the run. So I think it's 27-20 Cowboys.
I'm going to go 31-17 Cowboys. I think Cowboys are going to roll over the Packers. Packers score a garbage time touchdown. I just don't trust Jordan Love in his first playoff game. Sort of like a rookie in his first season, but he's not actually a rookie. So I'm going to give Cowboys 31, Packers 17. Sounds like a good pick. Next game, we'll go the other NFC game. Matthew Stafford's return to Detroit.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a very good game. I'm pretty sure it's the primetime game Sunday night, the
Yeah.
NBC eight o'clock game. It's gonna be crazy. I was watching NFL Network, and they said no Lions fan should be wearing a Matthew Stafford jersey because even though they love Matthew Stafford, it's still a playoff game. In my opinion, I think the Rams are gonna win.
Score prediction.
It's tough. Um, 27-24, game-winning field goal.
Okay, give me the Lions 20-17. I think Jared Goff is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I think this Lions offense is really, really good. And I don't care how good the Lions are, how good the Rams are. I think the Lions are just a tick better. So I'm going to go Lions 20, Rams 17. Our next game, last game in the NFC, Buccaneers Eagles.
Yeah, as a Cowboys fan, I think I have to uh, vote for the Buccaneers, but I think also the Buccaneers are a much better team than the Eagles. So, yeah, the Eagles have been a total collapse. Nick Sirianni, everything like the Sean Desai to Matt Patricia on the defensive coordinator. I just think they're totally out of sync, and I think the loss to the Giants just put everything together that they could not stop them once on offense.
Can we get a score prediction?
Low scoring game. I think like a 17-14 game. Very low scoring.
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers too because I think the Eagles. We got to remember that Jalen Hurts is hurt. He's gonna play, but he's hurt. Devontae Smith is limited, and we don't know about AJ Brown yet. He hasn't practiced yet, so I think this is a very limited Eagles team. I think the Buccaneers are gonna blow past them. Give me the Buccaneers 27, Eagles 14. And let's go because let's finish off the NFC. So let's go to the divisional rounds. You have the Cowboys playing the Rams, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think no, no, that's not. It's the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, because they reset it. It'd be Cowboys Buccaneers.
No, I'm not exact. The seating is the hardest part for me,
No,
but
yeah, you guys play the winner of Rams Lions.
yes, right. So yeah, I think that in the divisional round, if that happens, I think the Cowboys are going to beat the Rams personally. But even though I want the Rams, I think the Rams are going to beat the Lions. I just thought about this now. Is that it wouldn't be that bad for the Lions to beat the Rams because then playing the Lions, I think the Lions are an easier team to beat. That's why I'm picking the Rams to beat the Lions. But if you think about it, I might want as a Cowboys fan the Lions to win. But
Who do you think? Can we get a score prediction?
for for Rams Cowboys,
Yeah.
they're 37-30
Okay, so I
Cowboys.
went I went Lions Cowboys, and I think the Cowboys. The first time they played, Cowboys won. We don't really know if they won. He reported eligible. He didn't report eligible. I think the Cowboys do beat the Lions the second time around, though. I think the Cowboys win 24-17. Our next game, we both got the Buccaneers versus the 49ers.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a close game.
Yeah, 49ers are going to trample them. I think the
Yeah,
49ers win 49-17.
yeah. But also, I'm pretty sure if the Eagles beat the Buccaneers, it's gonna be Dallas Eagles and then Rams 49ers. And if that scenario, which I don't predict, I'm not predicting that, but in that scenario, I'm calling a Rams upset over the 49ers. If that does happen, just watch
Okay,
out. I called it first.
so we both got Cowboys 49ers in the conference championship game. Cowboys first time since the 1990s. 28 years will be the first time the conference championship game. I got the 49ers winning. I got them winning 2017.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough game, but I think as Demarcus Lawrence, star Cowboys defender, said, we're way more advanced as a defense. I think Dan Quinn has worked. His last 2 years were tough, losing to the 49ers in the wild card and last year in the divisional. But I think it's like the third time's the charm. We lose to them in the wild card. We lose to them in the divisional round. I don't think we lose in the conference in the championship game. I think Dallas wins I would say 2017, but Dallas wins. A Brandon Aubrey only has made two field goals this year, 50-yarder to win the
Okay,
game. Send them
so
into the Super Bowl.
now let's go to the AFC. Let's start off with the Dolphins visiting the Chiefs on Peacock.
Yeah, that's incredible. First of all, the Peacock thing is just incredible. How a playoff game, and they're two good teams, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, how it can be national televised. It's incredible. But I think it's going to be a very crazy game, very low scoring. It's going to be like -5, I think. The wind chill is like
Yeah.
-30, dangerously cold. I think the Chiefs will pull out on top, but I think it's going to be like a 13-10 kind of game. Like those games that you never know, but I think go either way. But I think the Chiefs are going to win. They have the upper hand with the cold weather. Arrowhead, even though it's going to be freezing, it's going to be rocking. The tomahawk chop, it's going to be rocking.
To me, it comes down to who has the better receiving room and the cold. And obviously, we all know it's the Dolphins, and I think the Dolphins do win. I think Tyreek Hill goes off 200 receiving yards in this game. I think the Dolphins win by a score of 21-10. And let's move on to our next game. We've got the Texans versus the Browns. Joe Flacco looking to prove himself to the Texans.
Yeah, I think that since CJ Stroud's a rookie and no one expected the Texans to be here, like in the playoffs, I think CJ Stroud could play a game that very fluid, and he doesn't. There's no pressure on the Texans, so I think the no pressure is gonna help them win. I think, in my opinion, because the no pressure, they're not playing. There's no camel on their back. No one's like, oh, if the Texans lose in the wild card, they're a bust. It's incredible for them. Their Super Bowl is making the playoffs. So in their eyes, they already made the Super Bowl. So they like. So I think winning. I think the wild card is gonna help them with the no pressure. And even though they lost Tank Dell for the rest of the season, CJ Stroud is a very talented rookie. And as I know I'm like talking a lot, but in college, I love Ohio State, so it's good to see. I've seen him live before against Penn State. It was incredible seeing him live, and he's a very talented young man.
Okay, I'm going to disagree with you again. I think Grandpa Joe wins this game. I think Joe Flacco, he's shown it in the playoffs. There's gonna be nerves on the rookie CJ Stroud. Nico Collins thinks gonna have a good game, but it's gonna come down to Browns defense is really, really good. And I think the Browns offense is much better. I think the Browns win. Give me 24-21, last second field goal for the Browns. Our last AFC game, we've got the Steelers at the Bills.
Yeah, I think that this is the most obvious game out of all of them.
Yeah, Bills are
I,
gonna pancake.
yeah, it's not going to be a close game. The if TJ Watt was Even if TJ Watt was in the game, I would still say Bills would be a much closer game. I don't think the Steelers shouldn't even show up to Buffalo. Just
Yeah,
go to just go
it's
to
gonna
Cabo. Go on vacation already.
it's gonna be that type of game that's like 31-3.
Yeah, it's not going to be. And I'm pretty sure in the past 3 years, the Bills have outscored on wild cards like some crazy number, like 72-10 in the past 3 years in wild cards. So Josh Allen, he doesn't play well in the rest of the playoffs, but the wild card round, he's elite.
Okay, so our second round, I believe you got the Chiefs, right? So you have Bills Chiefs, which is a good game. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, it's what people predicted in the AFC Championship game, but it's a round early since everyone thought the Chiefs were going to be the 1 seed, which the Ravens got. Um, yeah, I think that we're gonna have a rematch of a nutty game, very high scoring. Both teams are very good, and I this is the first time that the Chiefs Bills are playing in the playoffs in Buffalo. If because the Bills have the 2 seed, and I think that's gonna make
Mahomes
a
has
big
never had a road playoff game.
yeah, and I think that's gonna make a big difference. As you know, the Bills Mafia is pretty wild. They like jump through tables. So I think it's gonna be very loud, and I'm sure it's gonna be freezing. But I think Stephon Diggs, he after the game against the Dolphins, you could hear him whispering to Josh Allen 4 more games. They have it on their sights, the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
So I think the Bills are gonna win.
I think this is the Bills year. Give me Bills 27, Chiefs 10. I think Bills overpower them. Chiefs again, they're gonna have a lot of drops this game by the receivers. But oh yeah, I don't even have the Chiefs. I have the Dolphins, but it's still gonna be 27-10. I think Bills are much better than the Dolphins. Our next game, you have Texans Ravens. I have Joe Flacco's return to Baltimore for Browns Ravens.
Yeah, I think Texans Ravens. I'm sorry to all the Ravens fans. I just don't trust the Ravens receiving core in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure no Mark Andrews in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's out for the year.
Yeah, he's out for the year. No Mark Andrews. It's their the Ravens regular season's incredible, 13-4. Can't take it away from them. Lamar's playing. I think he should win MVP. He's playing as the best quarterback right now. But I just don't trust them. I get it at home, the crowd's gonna be on them, but I don't trust I just don't trust the receiving core, because as you see the Ravens losses, it's incredible. The games that the Ravens have lost are all games that they were close games, but most of them weren't competitive. When they lost to the Browns just played much better than them in all 3 levels. And I think the Texans have that ability to really, really hurt the Ravens in ways that I don't think they're expecting it.
So I got the Browns Ravens. I think Joe Flacco's return to Baltimore is gonna be he's gonna overpower the Ravens. I think the Ravens are gonna get smoked. I think the Browns Lamar Jackson's a playoff joker. He's won one playoff game. So I think they're gonna choke in the playoffs. I think the Browns win this game. But for our championship game, you've got Texans Bills. I've got Browns Bills. Who do you got?
Yeah, I have to say this is a toss up. I'm trying to decide Texans, Bills in Buffalo. I want to go with the Texans, but I think the Bills are hard. I think the Bills are the much better team than the Texans. But I think if the Texans win the wild card divisional round, the confidence that they'll have with a rookie quarterback, it's tough. Confidence can take you a long way. You might not be the greatest team, but if you're a confident team, it's hard to beat you. It's hard. But I think at the end of the day, I do think the Bills are gonna make the Super Bowl. I'm calling very close game, like a 27-24 Bills victory, but we know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be like a tie game. Josh Allen deep throw to Stephon Diggs, PI right away. It's gonna happen. We all know it.
So I'm sorry, Grandpa Joe, but it's over. I think Bills playoff run. It's bound to happen. Bills are going to the Super Bowl.
I think this is their year. I think they were 6-6 at one point at the bye. They went on a 5-game winning streak. I'm pretty sure 6 games.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's incredible. And they beat very good teams. The Chiefs, the
Cowboys,
Cowboys. Yeah.
Dolphins,
Yeah, they're not like no teams are bad. They beat the funny
Patriots.
that yeah, the closest game was against the Patriots, and that's the worst team they played.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So let's go to the Super Bowl because who doesn't like the Super Bowl? You have Cowboys Bills. I got 49ers Bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little biased here. I think the rematch of the century, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, 2 very historic franchises. People say that the Bills are the new America's team. I think the Cowboys will recapture America's team. I think the boys are back. It's the first time ever. I think they wanted more, a lot of pressure on Mike McCarthy. I think Micah Parsons really wants it. He's feasting. Parsons, the first year, he was stuck on 13 and a half sacks 3 years straight. Finally got to 14 sacks. It's over the hump in the playoffs. I think it's our year. I know I
Uh,
say that every year, but this is our year.
So you think that the Bills have this will be their fifth Super Bowl and they lost to every single NFC East team except the Eagles?
Yeah, I think they're done. I think once Super Bowl happens, if the Dallas makes Super Bowl, I think they're winning it. I don't think if they beat the 49ers, they'll be on an extreme high. It's like the Texans, the confidence can beat a good team. And
As
they're
much as
very
I want to pick the Bills to win, I think I got to go 49ers. 49ers is a better team. I think the game goes to overtime. I think Tyler Bass misses a kick to send the game to overtime. And I think it will be 34-31, 49ers win. But thank you for joining today, Shlomo. And we'll see you again.
of course. Thank you for having me.